101 award winners. Third place goes to Angel Martinez from Monsignor Donovan.
Second place, Steve Rivera, Manalapan.
Manalapan, Steve Rivera.
And John Gagliano from Howell Township, about to be announced as the 101 Region 6 winner.
John Gagliano.
I think I might have mentioned a couple times, Don, that this was Region 7, but it is Region 6. We wrestled for a while down in Region 7, which is down in Cherry Hill, and got a little confused there. This is, of course, Region 6.
Region 6, and they're coach at Middletown South, whose team won the district championships.
And now wrestling.
I will take a break. We'll be back in 1 minute. Sophomore, 26-1, and Brick Memorials, Joe Block, a senior at 21-1.
One of the more interesting matches tonight. Both boys coming in with just one loss. Sam Cole, a technician on the mat, and Joe Block, a very strong-willed individual for Brick Memorial, one of the leaders of the Brick Memorial team.
We have more like the boxer and the puncher here.
Exactly.
Hey guys, that's a long walk. I had to go all the way out in the hall and all the way down the other end and get a hold of Coach Federico, try to get Scholfield down here. I couldn't walk inside along the walkway. It's all crowded.
Right.
Okay.
Block gets the 2.
Cole in on the leg, and Block counters, comes up with the takedown. Joe Block now leads 2-0 here in the opening minute of the first period.
We can mention here, Don, that Cole's only loss this year was a 7-3 loss to Keith Taylor from St. Augustine Prep. So he hasn't tasted defeat too many times in his first 2 years of wrestling, only a sophomore. He escapes there.
Escape, making it 2-1, 30 seconds remaining here in period 1. Block in on the legs. Sam Cole.
Block trying to use his superior strength.
We might add, too, that Sam Cole's straight A student from Long Branch.
Cole in on a single leg, but the sprawl and the counter by Block. And not yet.
Sam Cole still has a hold of the elbow.
Cole doing some nice counter wrestling there.
Good match. Good two quick kids.
So far, this has lived up to what it was supposed to be.
You see Caravella, the head coach on the right, and his assistant, Dennis DeAndre, on the inset, upper right-hand corner of your screen, the 2 Brick Memorial coaches. You're watching Clear Television Cable, Channel 8 in Toms River. This is the Region 6 Wrestling Tournament, Part 2 of the long road to hopefully a state championship at Princeton University's Jadwin Gymnasium.
Did you see
Here's Lou
whose choice it was, Don?
Nice going, Lou.
I was watching Lou walk up the path here, and I missed the
We get a
point.
chance, Ed can...
Anyway,
Congratulations, Lou.
there's an escape. Makes it 2-2.
Okay, Cole gets his escape, makes it 2-2. Lou, it was a 4-year goal to get what you finally got tonight. How's it feel?
Feels really good. It was a long ways, but finally got here. I feel really good.
Have any, offhand, do you know what your overall school record is in the 4 years at Pinlands? How many wins do you have?
I think 90 now.
90 wins. A great career at Pinlands, and we're looking forward to seeing you up at the States this year in the 101-pound weight class. Congratulations again.
Thank you, guys.
Lou, let me ask you this. Getting ready for this week, did all of our guys from the districts work out together, or did you work out with anybody in particular?
I worked out with Ronnie Laycock from Commentators South, who's a good wrestler. Him and Angel Martinez from Monsignor Donovan. Got a really good workout up there, Mr. DeMarco.
Now, what will be your plans to get ready for Princeton? You won't have to wrestle next Wednesday. You got till next weekend. What will you do now?
I'm really not sure where we're going to work out yet. I haven't talked to the coach about it, but I'm going to do a lot of running on my own and try to get mentally prepared for it.
You say a lot of running. How much running, Lou?
4 miles a day.
4 miles a day.
Yeah.
What's your, for young kids that want to come up, say they're in grade school now, be interested in wrestling, what would be your advice to them?
Just to enjoy it. Enjoy the sport right now. don't get too serious about it and work on that later when you get older.
Okay. Well, what about college, Lou? You got anything in your mind yet?
I'm really not sure yet. I haven't decided.
After you win the state, then you can think about it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck to you, and thanks for coming over.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Good luck, Lou.
Lou Schofield of Pinlands, Region 6 champion.
Here we have 45 seconds to go in the second period. Still 2-2. Sam Cole trying to go in underneath. And you see Joe Block there. It's a little tough because they both have the green uniforms on.
Cole, as we mentioned, a returning 108-pound champ, moves up one weight class this year.
The Mustang uniforms have that gold trim. Long Branch has the white.
Some of the Mustang wrestlers during the tournament, Don, have been out in new uniforms.
Yeah, I saw Benicia had a gold one on.
Right.
Long Branch, of course, the green wave, and there you see the Long Branch wrestler, Mr. Cole. Sean got to talk to his father. Called you up about, he's only a sophomore and already thinking about getting him into the Ivy League, right, Don?
Oh, he's a very bright young man, and he's exploring a lot of schools.
There's Cole.
Quick move by Cole.
There you can see Joe Block. Now, this is Sam Cole does a lot of elevators with his feet. You see him sitting back there and holding into the buzzer. All right, the end of period 2, 4-2. Cole in the lead.
You said Mr. Cole, his father is a doctor?
No, he's assistant superintendent. He's a doctor, yeah.
He has a doctorate in education.
He has a doctorate right in education. Assistant superintendent at Long Branch School.
Sam Cole had a great freshman year. I think he was a region champion.
Yes, he was. 108-pound champion.
All right,
Got beat in the early rounds of the states, but many people believe that he's a potential state champion.
Joey Block underneath has to score 2 points trying to come out. Joe Block, I guarantee you, will not give up. There it is. He's out.
Got a good match here, folks.
4-3. In the opening rounds, we saw a lot of wrestlers leaving kids up because they felt very confident on their feet, and consequently were picking up a lot of technical falls as that result. Joe Block
on a single leg. Blocking on a single leg. And he gets the 2.
Joe Block goes in the lead, 5-4. Sam Cole trying to come out almost now.
Cole getting out.
Joe Block has a 3/4 Nelson there, and he's out.
Yes, he did. He ties it up at 5.
Great match.
We got a minute to go.
First time I've seen Caravella up. He pushed
the usual
up
calm Tony Caravella.
Somebody pushed Tony's hot button. 50 seconds. Sam Cole in on the leg. Joe Block counters nicely. Counting down to 40 seconds.
Near the edge. And they're off. Teddy Glassheim, the referee for this match, Don. Tony Griffa, the assistant referee. There you see the clock, 32 seconds.
See the clock in the back, 30, counting down.
And there's the score.
And
Block trying to go behind.
Block with the 2-point takedown.
7-5, Joe Block in the lead. Counting down, 15 seconds to go.
He's only got to hold on here now. 10 seconds left.
The Quick Memorial fans are going crazy. John Giandrius, hey, hold on to the leg.
Everywhere you look, there's green and yellow standing up. They're all the Brick Memorial fans.
Brick Memorial fans have packed the gym here to see their 5 wrestlers.
Number 1, Sam Cole. Number 2, Joe Block. 9 seconds.
He hooks the arm. He's only got to hold on.
4 seconds.
No.
No point.
No.
No.
Joe Block does it.
No point.
What a big upset at 115 pounds.
There you see Block.
7-5 winner, Joe Block.
This
Great
place
match.
is going crazy.
Great match. Outstanding.
Unbelievable match. Dennis DeAndrea.
There you see Dan McCullough.
Danny McCullough.
The coach is a Brick Memorial.
into the arms of Pete Bonisia. A big win and a very disappointing loss for Sam Cole.
This next match could be equally exciting. I will have the awards, Ken.
This
is the awards for 108. Yeah, you want to run them down?
All right, third place goes to Brian Copeman from Middletown North. Okay, Bob Tiedemann, head coach at Neptune High School, will present these awards.
Bob Tiedemann, Neptune's team, won the district's team title.
Brian Copeman finishes at 24-2. Of course, he's not finished yet. He will go on to Princeton, but 24-2 record for Copeman. Trevor Reid from Neptune, 21-6. And Lou Scholfield undefeated at 27-0 right now.
There are some talent standing there. See all the cameras flashing? Okay, here we are. 122 pounds.
Another good one, Don.
And on your screen there is Chuck Moratto, Jr., 25-5. Brick Memorial.
I want everybody to take a look at John Fagan out there from Middletown South. He only weighs 122 pounds, but he is put together. And of course, Moratto, no slouch himself, comes in with 25 victories. Fagan at 23-1.
Fagan has a technical fall.
Moratto
takedown.
With the first takedown, but Fagan quickly counters that and reverses and puts him on his back. No, not quite.
We'll give him two or not?
Screened over here.
We got the worst seats in the house.
We have the worst seats in the house. Tony Griffin in charge here. Now he's got some back points counted out. 2 back points for Fagan. Ironically, John Fagan's only loss this year, Don, was to Scott Kirsch at 129 pounds. So he moved up and lost to a real good one, Scotty Kirsch. 5-2 winner over John Fagan for Fagan's only loss.
All right, 1:05 here, left in the first period. 4-2 Fagan.
Moratto had an excellent semifinal bout with Mike Hoffmaster from Point Pleasant Borough, in which he eked out a 2-1 win over Hoffmaster, who went on to take third place over Toms River North's Ron Soley, 10-0.
Fagan left Chuck Moratto up, and Moratto caught his leg.
Fagan just keeps coming at you.
There you see Mr. Parks. That's Matt Parks' father. Matt goes in the heavyweight tonight from Central Regional. That's his dad.
All right, 29 seconds. 4-2 Fagan. Some people felt that Fagan was having the best tournament maybe of anyone here, with his 1 minute and 30 pin of Sully.
Was up there 4-3. They corrected it now to make it 6-3 in Fagan.
I was wondering.
Right, he gave the 2 out there, but didn't put it up on the scoreboard. Brick Memorial fans have to get behind Moratto here. That's maybe the little extra something that he needs here.
Nine seconds remaining. 9.
You can see where Fagan gets his upper body, you know, the weight from, because he really doesn't have too much in the league, Don. Most of his weight's in his upper body.
Yeah, his legs are very lean compared to the rest of him.
Ken Turp, Don Musselman, Ed Sarluca bringing you this Region 6 tournament from Brick Memorial High School. This is also the site of the Shore Conference basketball finals every year, both boys and girls. They utilize this beautiful gymnasium to its fullest. And it's been the site of the Region 6 for the past 3 years since they realigned the regions.
Had a packed house for the basketball finals last week.
We used to all have to make that trek down to Cherry Hill East every year.
Right.
Now it's a lot easier. We're right in Ocean County for our region tournament.
Sagan on a single leg and picks up 2 more.
Now makes the score 8-3.
8-3, John Fagan.
Tony Griffith, who is a guidance counselor at High School East in Toms River, is the key referee here.
Ed, here's our Madison Central wrestler over here getting ready to go in a fight.
That's Jim McCauly. He'll have Tony Mangione.
He's been walking next to us here. He's got some music. He's got the
Listening to his
headsets on, and he's pacing, getting himself psyched.
Must be listening to Rocky. All right, 1:20 in the second. Chuck Moratto needs some points. Could use a takedown in on the leg.
On the leg, but Fagan counters, goes behind, and picks up 2. 12-4, Johnny Fagan. Just keeps coming at you. No back points there. There we got picking up back points here on a tilt. 2 more.
.45 seconds here in period 2.
That'll make it 14-4.
10-point lead. So Fagan is inching little by little towards technical fall.
Looking for more tilt points. Picks up 2 more tilt points. 16-4. A master at the tilt, Don.
He's a 3-pointer.
And here comes 2 more at least. 2 more on the tilt. Unbelievable strength for that tilt. And here's the 2 that's ended.
There it is.
5 minutes and 54 seconds. 20-4 score. Technical fall for John Fagan.
Middletown South Eagles.
3:54.
I'm sorry. That was only the second period. 3:54.
All right, let's take a timeout. Ceremony for 115 pounds with his upset of the great Sam Cole of Long Branch. Now we go to 129.
Right, Tony Mangione from the Raiders.
And the man that's been pacing next to us all night long,
Jim McCauly from Madison Central.
he's walked about 5 miles tonight just waiting to wrestle.
Mangione's lost twice and McCauly's lost once.
All right, McCauly, a very fine 26-1-1 record. And McCauly trying to take Tony down, but I don't think, no, not quite.
Call it neutral.
Mangione's only 2 losses this year have come to Williams from Ridge, who finished, was a runner-up in the States last year, and 1 loss to Scott Kirsch, in which he came back and avenged that twice.
Last week we talked to him as the most outstanding wrestler,
Right.
District 24, and we talked about a rematch with Kirsch, but it didn't happen.
Tony trying to make the throw. McCauly, a very good counter wrestler. Right in front of Coach Reid there.
Good
Coach
piece
Reid
of refereeing,
and Coach Bill
I thought.
Clunk,
That was a good no call.
with John Orlasky close behind somewhere in the stands. Only 2 coaches allowed in the corner of each wrestler. We were wondering whether the loss by Kirsch would have any effect on Mangione. You know, I know in talking to Tony during the week, he was concerned with McCauly and was happy that he received the 1 spot, because then the 2-3 would be McCauly and Kirsch, you know, and they'd have to face each other in the semis. So Tony respects this kid.
I tell you, they've got everything out at the refreshment stand. They're selling Brick Memorial #1 in the state shirts. I see a lot of people wearing them tonight.
Region
Bright yellow
6 shirt.
Region 6 shirts. I never saw that before. So They're really selling the souvenirs here. Brick Memorial really has the wrestling fever.
I imagine Brick Memorial is going to have quite a banquet this year. They've got a lot to celebrate.
It's been some year.
To the victor belongs the spoils.
They've taken everything. #1 in the state. They took the Shore Conference.
Well, that's not definite yet, Ken. That'll be voted on tomorrow night, Sunday night, up at Roselle Park in the state meeting when they seed for the states. The regional presidents will vote on that. McCauly gets the 2 and some back points.
We're getting a good look at this one. They're right in front of us.
Right here.
Hey, Mangione's got to fight from behind now. He falls behind here, 5-0.
3 on the back. Makes it 5-0.
You're talking about Brick Memorial. You can't take away the fact they won Class A South. They won the state sectionals. They won the Shore Conference tournament. And they won the districts, setting an all-time record for points. So even if they don't end up #1 in the state, it's been a year that a lot of schools would love to have had.
I don't see how they can take it away from them. And the only other school that can rival them is Voorhees. I don't see how they can move them up. But you never know. Mangione from the top position. Needs some back points here. He's got to turn him over. Trails 5-0. Potentially dangerous.
143.
I mentioned George Rioux, Director of Athletics here at Brick Memorial, as the tournament director. I believe he actually is co-director. Doesn't he work with Jim Rochford at Brick High School? They work together on this?
I know. Jim has been here all the time, so it's a very...
They have in the past. I imagine they're working together.
Escape for McCauly makes it 6-0.
As they're halfway through the match, Tony Mangione has to get it in high gear here. Trying for a dump, but no good. Tony had a hard match earlier in the tournament.
All right, against Dave Lang from Manalapan. He beat him 10-4, but it's a little closer than that score indicates.
Goes up until the last minute. All right, we're coming down on the 1 minute here. There's a long shot of our camera.
There we go. There's 2 for Mangione.
One thing about the East wrestlers, if they can hang close, they'll always be tough in the 4th period. Warren Reid works them extremely hard.
What?
Tony also pinned Jason Card from Middletown South in the 2nd period on Friday night. And then, as we mentioned, beat Dave Lang from Manalapan 10-4 in the semis.
McCauly
go here.
7-2. The McCauly-Kirsch match was 6-3, so it's a close match for McCauly with Scotty Kirsch.
You don't always agree with that move there all the time, do you, Don?
Not when they're behind.
Not when you're behind, right?
Not when not when they're way behind. Like
Tony confident on his feet that he could take down.
The other night we had one where they kept letting him up and taking him down.
Right, he needs a throw here to McCauly's back and pick up a quick 4 or 5 points. Trying to shoot.
So I think there comes a point in time where you have to have the tilt points and not the takedown, because you're going to give 1 to get 2, so you're only going to pick up a point. Or if there's the buzzer, 7-2. Or if you get back points, you can get 2 or 3 without giving up any.
7-2, Jim McCauly over Tony Mangione going into period number 3.
By the way, Ed, I mentioned anybody watching this on Monday night, I should say Tuesday night, can watch the CYO game on Wednesday night. We had Frank Giannetti in that CYO game.
St. Justin's, right?
St. Justin's.
Eddie Kenny,
great football player.
Sammy Shirella.
Yep.
Yeah, most of those guys go to East.
And we interviewed Shirella and Giannetti. Talked a little bit about him going to Penn State. So I hope the fans will tune in tomorrow night, Wednesday night at 8:30.
Did they win that game?
I don't know whether I should give away the result. People won't watch. I'm not going to say.
Right, okay.
You have to watch it, folks. St. Justin's and St. Dominic, CYO Championship, Ocean County. Wednesday night at 8:30.
Tony trying to come out from underneath. Jim McCauly, you can see him there with a cross-body ride on.
Really dangerous.
Ron Grigoletto,
McCauly in control.
the official, stops the match.
I'll tell you, there's a lot of people standing, especially the corner to the other end opposite us. Good crowd on a cold night. I was surprised when I came in.
Tony gets the 1-point escape.
Surprised how many cars in the parking lot early tonight, Ed.
Right. Yeah, it's a big crowd here tonight.
7-3.
1 point stalling for McCauly. Ran off the mat there. He could have awarded Mangione a point there, Don. He could have.
Very, very close. I think the
Said he
fans were hollering.
went with
Either
the
they should have
star.
let it go for the takedown, or they should have called a point for him going off the mat. One of the two. But he called stalling warning instead, so.
He's got to go for the throw here, Tone.
He could use a 5 or 4-pointer. Locked up both arms.
Gave him one.
Yes, he did for running off the mat there. McCauly's got to be careful here now.
7-4.
Takedown to the back could put Mangione in the lead.
Plenty of time here.
Warren Reid wants to talk to Mangione. We got a little timeout here. I believe that's going to be a injury
it's injury
timeout
time for
Madison
McCauly.
Central.
He's been working on a strained knee, which occurred Friday night in his quarterfinal match.
It looks like they're working on his nose right now.
Yeah, right now they are.
Here's Warren Reid. Tom's East. There you see the Madison Central coaches.
Here comes McCauly. It was a bloody nose.
Yeah, you can see it from here.
He also, like I mentioned, has that knee brace on from that injury sustained Friday.
Under a minute. Third period.
Tony's got to get behind, pick up the 2.
Very, very close.
McCauly's got a hold of that leg, and there's the 2.
Right. Now he needs to tilt.
7-6.
The nose is bleeding.
There you see Mangione.
Now the question is, do you leave him up?
Go right off the bat, Don.
Do you leave him up?
His style.
Do you think he'll leave him
Yes,
up?
he's going to let him go right off the bat.
Going to make it 8-6 and try to tie it on the takedown.
And go from there.
44 seconds.
Tony will probably go freestyle with just the hands on the back, and he'll let him go.
High school semifinal qualifier for the New Jersey State Freestyle Wrestling Team.
I think Coach Reid and Clunk feel that Tony is best on his feet at this stage, so he's willing to give up the 1 to take the 2. Tony, 2-time region champ.
If I'm not mistaken that McCauly had a bloody nose this afternoon.
Well, his uniform is stained. Got a closer look at him before blood stain, so.
All right, here's the setting, 44 seconds to go.
Here's the freestyle.
Mangione leads him up. You're right, makes it 8-6. McCauly's in the lead, so Tony needs a takedown to tie. They got to remember, McCauly just had a stalling point against him. He's going to get another one.
There it is again.
There's a point.
That should be 2.
Let's see. Right now he's giving him 1. Warren Reid
You get a warning, 1-1, and then 2.
That's 1-1. That's right, 1-1 and then 2.
So the next stalling here against McCauly is going to cost you 2
give
points.
Mangione the lead.
30 seconds.
Plus the takedown out here will give Mangione the lead.
Bounds.
Ooh, close
Neutral.
one there. Very close.
19 seconds to go. Mangione needs a takedown. McCauly cannot give up here because he's got a stalling against him.
Mangione's got to free that leg.
Trying to scoop behind.
8 seconds.
There it is.
Two,
He gave it to him at the buzzer and back point.
There it is.
Tony Mangione
did it.
Look at Warren.
Tony Mangione.
I've never seen Warren like that.
I never saw him do that before.
Never.
Unbelievable match.
Did he give him back points or not?
The superior conditioning of Tony Mangione.
Did he give him back points? I don't know if he gave him the back points or not. They never put him on the board.
Don, I don't know what the final was on that.
I don't think Tony cares.
Tony Mangione does it. A great come-from-behind victory.
Let's make it 9-8.
See Tony hugging his father there. That's a great scene right there. Don't know who the other...
Let him catch his breath. We're going to try to get him over here.
Unbelievable. I've never seen Coach Reid like that. Unbelievable.
Come on over, Tony. Congratulations. Hey, Warren. Hey, Warren.
Okay, we have Tony with us here. Tony, unbelievable.
I wanted to get Warren
the
over
great
here.
Physical conditioning came through tonight.
Yeah. I really wanted this one. Biggest 3 in a row for me.
I know, we mentioned that this is your third, I know you're really winded now. What happened early in the match?
I guess I kind of got a little sloppy on my shot, and he caught me for a 5-point move. But Mr. Reid just told me to keep my cool and chip at it instead of going for a big move, you know, go 2 at a time instead of 5.
Tony, when you're losing by 1 point, we figure you're going to leave him up. When you're losing by 1 there, we figure you're going to leave him up.
Yeah, I let him. Mr. Reid told me to let him up.
And then take him down.
Push him because he had the storm warnings against him. So it was in my favor just to let him up, take him down.
Tony, was he pretty strong kid? He looked
Strongest kid I wrestled all year.
he's the strongest one you've seen.
Yeah.
That was some comeback. Yeah, I know you're out of breath, but that was quite an ending.
Okay, Tony, now it's on to the States, okay? I know you got one kid up there, Williams, that you'd like to see again. Let me ask you real quick what you thought about the Scott Kirsch bout earlier.
Well, he hurt his knee. He sprained his knee the night before. And I kind of figured I hurt him a little bit. And I was talking to him, and he said that he really didn't wrestle to his potential. So I figured, you know, he just screwed up a little bit.
Right, we were looking forward to a fourth bout with him, but we'll take this one, right, Tony?
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Congratulations. I'll see you in the phys ed office, okay?
Congratulations, Tony.
Good
Nice
cost
going,
you
Tony.
donuts, Tony.
All right, Don, what do we got going on here?
All right, 135 pounds. Jeff Gauthier, Tom's River South, 22-2 junior, and Pete Krychech. Howell, 26-1 senior. Score 2-2 with 50 seconds remaining here in period 1. A takedown and reversal.
We heard Tony Mangione say McCauly was the top, strongest wrestler he's faced this year. Here's John DeMarco and Chris Johnson, the Indian coaches. Tom's River South. Whew.
Tony Mangione
That
has
was
given us
exciting.
thrills
That was
2
really
weeks in a row,
exciting.
Ken. 2 weeks in a row he's
I
done
wish
it.
we could have caught Warren Reid and what he did there at the end. I never saw him do
Well,
that.
I'll tell you,
I can't even describe what
They
he did.
say that Bud Webb has a 48-inch
he could
vertical
have
leap.
slam dunked. He was so high in the air when he went up. Coach Reid
A
really
great
took the
win
lead.
for Reid, Blunk, and Orlasky, the Raiders staff.
You can see Gauthier on the top position.
Warren looked like a leprechaun there. St. Patrick's Day
Celebrating
coming up.
St. Patrick's Day a little early. Okay, let's get to Jeff Gauthier
That's
here
the
now.
most animated, and Warren is, of course, known for being animated. Most animated I've ever seen him after Mangione's win.
Okay, 2-2 here at the end of, near the end of the first period. No, he
No
did not
escape.
give him the escape there, no.
Pete Krychech, and I hope I'm saying his name right.
Krychech it is.
Krychech, okay.
Krychech.
The Howell Rebels,
All right, comes in 26-1, a very fine wrestler.
silver and blue.
He
Blue
defeated
uniform.
Garrett Krebs in the semifinal. Many of our viewers know Garrett from the Raiders. He beat Krebs 6-0.
This is 2-2 after 1.
Garrett came back to finish third at this 135-pound weight class with an 8-1 decision over Tom Stetson from Freehold Township. So Garrett will be making his trip to Princeton on Wednesday. He will wrestle on Wednesday. Tony will have Wednesday off.
Okay.
There's 2 for Krychech.
That makes the score Krychech 4, Gauthier 2. Well, we've had 4 District 24 wrestlers go out, and 3 of them have won.
Chris John DeMarco, the Indian coach, Gauthier's coach. I guess the only one in Ocean County ever has 3 state champions in one
year. Oh, yes, definitely, from Ocean County.
Jeff Parker, who was our pre-match guest last week.
Lugo?
No, it was Frank Majors, wasn't it? And Wiedenbush?
Wiedenbush, right, I'm sorry.
Frank Majors was the third.
Right.
Mike Wiedenbush.
Yeah, he was here too. There's another state champion right here.
Wiedenbush, yep.
Gauthier trying to get out. Krychech got a hold of that.
Got that good cradle on.
There's some back points coming.
You see him putting his knee. He has his knee in the back of Gauthier. He's trying to push his hips away from him. That'll flatten your shoulders out. It's hard to push and pull at the same time. Jeff Gauthier trying to break it loose.
Gauthier had a very tough semifinal bout, Don, an overtime
3 on the back
bout with Stetson from Freehold Township. He beat him 4-0 in overtime.
15 seconds at 7-2.
Pete Krychech has only lost once all year. 26-1. Going in the third period, 7-2.
I think we mentioned Gauthier's record 22-2, but ironically, both of those losses have come at 129, where Jeff wrestled earlier in the year. I think Coach DeMarco surveyed the weight classes and thought that Jeff would probably do better, a little bit better at this weight class, and as it turned out, he was correct.
There's an escape, making the score 7-3.
Did we mention third place?
Yes, Garrett Krebs on the Raiders.
Gauthier lifted up his feet there. Up in the air.
Pete Krychech with a takedown.
9-3. Gauthier's hurt.
Injury time for Gauthier here. Looks like he landed on his head. There's Dave Salt out on the mat. Could mention Dave, fine trainer for Tom's River East. Works the regions up here. He's been busy all week. He's had elbows and knees and bloody noses, and he's been busy.
I got surprised today. I was told by Don we were starting at 7 o'clock tonight. Most events in high school are scheduled for 7:30. The districts run their finals at 7:30. That was kind of a scare, but our crew was right on top of things, ready to go here tonight at 7 o'clock. So they start early and they get out early.
Looks like they're working his left arm. Don DeMarco. There you see a good picture of it.
Looks like it's up near the clavicle area of the shoulder.
There you see the stands are filled here tonight. That's a good shot of the crowd. There's 0 in.
Bill Clunk, that was. Raiders 170-pound wrestler.
These Brick Memorial fans, they have a reason to be proud. It's this team they've had this year, and they've really gotten into it. That when Block beat Cole, I tell you, the emotion in this gymnasium is unreal.
There'll be a few more eruptions tonight. We have Pete Benicia coming on and Bobby Martin, both of who are favored in their respective weight classes.
Gauthier's got his work cut out for him. He's down 6.
Third period.
Nearing the minute mark, no change in the score.
9-3. Pete Krychech.
Things are kind of quiet right now.
Number 1 and number 2 seeds.
Krychech, as we mentioned, 26-1. His only loss was to a kid named John Williams from Madison Central in the Top of the East Christmas tournament. So not a bad wrestler. Howell had a very excellent dual meet season also, finishing second
this year, yep.
to Point Borough in the B South.
Rebels did a nice job. 30 seconds left in the match, and Krychech in command here.
Trying to put a far side cradle on. No luck. Now he has a hold of Jeff's wrist.
12 seconds.
10 to go.
Pete Krychech is going to do it at 135.
Yep, there it is.
9-3 final. Howell's second winner tonight. They won at 101 pound with John Gagliano.
So Jeff Gauthier takes second place for...
Jeff will be back, Ken. He's only a junior. He'll be back next year.
All right, let's take a timeout. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
And the winners, there you see Tony Mangione receiving his medal and bracket sheet with McCauly and Scott Kirsch.
Now wrestling at 141, Bernard Walls of Long Branch versus Pete Benicia.
Okay, and here we have another favorite of Brick Memorial. Pete Benicia comes in with an excellent 29-0 record, and he'll face Bernard Rawls from Long Branch, who comes in 23-3-1.
I think this is going to be a great match. Benicia, of course, undefeated, but Rawls is very, very quick.
Very quick and strong. The two have met before this year, with Benicia owning an 8-3 decision over Rawls. And Rawls gets the first two. As we mentioned, Benicia sporting the new Memorial Siglet. Rawls in control here.
Minute and 20.
And Benicia is out. No, just picks up the reversal. Did not give him an escape and a reversal.
Making the score 2-2.
2-2.
Out of bounds.
These two are going to go at it for 6 minutes here. Benicia had a relatively easy time getting into the finals with pins in 1 minute over Tom Weber from Point Borough, and then he pinned Joe DeMario from Manalapan in 1 minute and 35 seconds.
Who what we thought was perhaps one of the better freshmen here.
Oh, without doubt.
Joe DeMario was in the 4th place. One of the very, very few freshmen.
Third place on is a story. You want to go over third place here with Palazzo and fill us in on some of the things that have happened through the week with Bob?
Okay. 35 seconds left here at 2-2. Bob Palazzo hurt his elbow at the districts, as we knew. We saw that on television when he was wrestling Pete Benicia, and they had to stop the match. Of course, the elbow was bothering him. Came into Wednesday night's match, fell behind, wound up getting a pin, and his elbow continued to bother him a little bit off and on. And then here in the second round, won again and came down on it, and it swelled a little bit on him. So he was wrestling in the semifinals, and John DeMarco had a question of whether to try to have him beat Rawls here with one arm, literally with his elbow bothering him, or to try to take on DeMario in the consolation matches, who was a freshman. So we opted to figuring he could wrestle one good match, and he beat DeMario, and now goes on to Princeton. So Bob Palazzo hung tough. It's one of those nagging kind of things where you can't hurt it any worse. It's just very, very sore. So anyway, Palazzo finishes third, beat DeMario, who was a freshman from Manalapan, and will go on to Princeton on Wednesday.
Right here, we got a 2-2 score.
Going into period number 2.
Friday, May 2nd.
Rawls chose the neutral position. As I mentioned, Benicia holds a 8-3 decision over Rawls earlier in the year.
Looks like Benitez is the only Mustang wearing a new uniform.
Yeah, a couple of the consolation wrestlers had him on also. I think it's
some
more.
Of them are going superstitiously.
Exactly, exactly.
Benicia in on the leg.
He's got to hold to that ankle, and
Not quite.
still nothing. No, they're out of bounds.
You see the quickness.
Very quick wrestlers out there as well as
Rawls.
During my coaching tenure at Ocean Township this year, Don, Bernard Rawls single-handedly beat the Big Red this year from his running back position and linebacking position. Just dominated the game and beat us 19-15.
Stalling warning on Rawls.
So he's a good football player as well as wrestler.
Benicia in on a takedown. Rawls trying to counter. We're down to 1:09 in the period 2. Still 2-2 score. Now
And on a
Rawls in
single
on the
leg,
leg.
Rawls very quick. Benicia trying to counter it. They're going to stalemate it here.
Benicia's just hanging on, looking at the referee to call
Good call.
stalemate. You can tell the maturity there. Benicia knew that would be a stalemate. Just stayed there, waiting for the referee to call it.
Benicia is returning 135-pound Region 6 champion. Moves up one weight class this year. Like those new uniforms, Ken?
They're sharp.
Colorful.
Very stylish.
Trying to bring that arm in, drag it by.
In on that leg, pulling it in.
Switched it into a single. So
But
he went from an arm drag into a single.
23 seconds left, period number 2.
2-2 here.
I thought there'd be a little bit more scoring going on.
A lot of wrestling, but no scoring. Each of these two are neutralizing each other because they share quickness. Rawls looks like he may pick up 2. Pete trying to kick out here. You see Rawls has a hold of Pete's ankle.
Like another stalemate call coming.
5 seconds.
Pete Benicia has to hold on to the ankle. There it is. All right, 3 seconds. 2-2.
This gentleman repping, who is he, Don? I'm not familiar with him.
Ted Time.
You know where he's from, Ed?
No, I don't. Tony Griffith, the assistant referee. Benicia chooses down. A good position there, Don.
Yeah, I think so. There was no takedown, so he thought better of staying off his feet. Now he knows he needs an escape point to win.
Looking for the escape.
Trying to switch out. Very, very close.
And he gets the switch.
No re-switch on Rawls' part.
For sure, Benicia.
So Benicia in the first 5 seconds of the third period here switches out. So it took Pete about 5 seconds. Benicia trying for tilt points. Elevating with the feet in the back. You can see the feet kicking up in the air.
I don't know if he had any out there.
We're talking about it. Both referees are talking to each other. Looks like he did not give any.
Of course, any tilt points here would be very big. Stalling on the bottom.
1 point on the top.
5-2.
That's a big point right there. Rawls looks like he's out of gas, Don.
Yeah, he looks a little tired.
1 minute to go.
He's not bringing his knees up under him.
Now they're out of bounds there. Now the talk here is for the escape, and they decide to give it to him.
Made it neutral.
5-3.
53 seconds to go, 5-3.
The question there, Don, was whether he was out of bounds or in bounds when he did face him.
Well, there was 2 questions. Question 1.
Referee goes down and the crowd reacts.
Right.
That happens in every sport, doesn't it?
The two questions before whether Benicia had any back points or not. That was the first discussion, and the second one was an escape point by Rawls.
Rawls needs the takedown here now to tie this match up. Benicia content with winning 5-3 right here. He's just got to stay aggressive.
There's Warren Reid, who saw his man.
He's settled down now. He's settled down a little bit now.
Happens so often here that when you get ahead and you take your own aggressiveness away, sometimes you take your own.
No, they were out of bounds on that one. Of course, Warren is gathering up his strength, Ken, for that big heavyweight match with Timmy Rioux.
I don't think he can top what he did after Mangione.
Well, if Rioux wins, we'll see.
That was some act. We're going to book that one on the stage. 10 seconds. They stop it. Out of bounds.
Benicia.
Benicia.
All right, we're down to 5. Looks like Benicia's going to win here.
5-3 winner, Pete Benicia.
There it is. Benicia does it, Brick Memorial.
No points, 5-3.
Benicia's not happy with himself, as
He
you
doesn't
saw
look
there.
happy at all.
However,
he won by looking at
that's a two-time winner right there at 135 last year, 141 this year. There's a good shot of Rawls.
Now we go to the awards. 135.
Will be Coach Tony Caravella, Brick Memorial High School, representing District 24.
Tony Caravella will present the awards for the 135-pound weight class. Garrett Krebs, third place winner.
Placed fourth in the state at 129 as a high school wrestler.
Caravella got out the white jacket tonight. Looks sharp there.
I know, somebody better tell him that it's about 20 degrees out there.
He's ready for spring. Here you see a good shot of Myers of Central Regional coming up. Sean Myers.
He has had an excellent tournament so far.
Yeah, we were talking today that perhaps the best Sean has looked in quite a while. He really looked sharp all tournament long so far. Very quick and very strong.
Okay, Pete Krychech receiving his first place medal and bracket from Tony C. Gauthier, the runner-up, and Garrett Krebs,
hey,
third place.
Time out. I got a complaint. Time out. Last week, I went to all that trouble. Mary Beth Duffy, our director, got the camera crew to shoot Central Regional Assistant Coach Jim Applegate with a tie.
And what happened?
He's not wearing a tie tonight. I didn't know he was going to do this.
Take it back.
We went to all that trouble. He was all decked out to get him on screen, and now he's not wearing a tie for the regionals.
Okay, the L&L boys are up now, Don.
148, 29-0, undefeated. Mike LaCroix of Manalapan, who is a senior, and Sean Myers, 19-3, a senior at Central.
Myers has his work cut out for him here. This kid's one of the better ones around the state.
Yes, he is.
This is our third undefeated wrestler to go out tonight. So far, both of them have won. Lou Schofield of Pinlands and Pete Benicia of Brick Memorial. So Liguori is trying to keep his unbeaten string on the line with Sean Myers.
Manalapan had quite a team this year. Really
yes, they did.
They really chewed up Lacey, and Lacey, of course, had a nice club.
Right, in the final Asbury Park standings, they finished second to Brick Memorial.
At the beginning of the year, Tom Zurich beat him in a dual meet. And at the end of the year, Manalapan really came on like gangbusters. In fact, their presence was absolutely felt here during this tournament the last 3 days.
Myers, as we mentioned, has had an excellent tournament so far. He defeated Doug Card from Middletown South. He pinned him in 5 minutes and 7 seconds. A 14-4 win over Ralph Guadagno from Frio Township, who tournament out of the States for the first time in quite a while. I think it's the first time in 8 years that there will not be a Scove wrestling in the States.
Myers sure has a lot of strong support. Doug Parise is coach, state champion.
Myers has a bear hug on.
And of course, Jeff Parker here tonight is uncle.
He's got a big back point
Myers.
too. 2 more in the back.
Also, Ken, Darnell was here also. Darnell Myers.
Last year's state champ, 2 times.
He was here earlier. He won it last year. Right.
Lou Fontanez, the coach of one of the Freehold Schools state champion, is here. I don't know if we can line them all up.
So Myers, with that slam to the back, picks up 2 back also, so takes
Got
a
the cradle on.
4-0 lead.
Lost it. This is exactly how he's wrestled the other matches. He's absolutely power the cradle on.
Jeff Parker is across the way. He's got off the bench there. He's sitting with the officials by the PA announcer's table. He got up off the bench and said something to his nephew. When he came over, they're out of bounds.
Keith Parker sitting on the other side.
Between the Parkers and the Myers, there's a lot of championships in wrestling in that family.
Myers just overpowering Liguori.
You remember when, was it here that Darnell was disqualified?
Yes, it was.
Slam, overpowered his man?
That was last year.
Was it last year? I was thinking it was 2 years ago. Of course, he came back to win it at Princeton.
And win it all at Princeton.
Yep. Disqualified.
He defeated Robbie Connors.
His opponent couldn't continue.
34 seconds in period 1. Sean Myers.
Liguori, who all year I'm sure has never met anyone as strong as him.
He's got a hold of Sean's foot right now. That's why Sean can't hip out of there. There, he let it go.
He's having a difficult time here with Myers.
Out of bounds, 6 seconds to go. 4-0 Myers. There's Jeff Parker, 2-time state champion. His uncle rooting him on from the stands. LSU, Louisiana State University, standout wrestler, and of course he's wrestled some pro matches, both at Asbury Park Convention Hall, Atlantic City. By pro matches, I mean,
1 second. There it is.
I don't mean
pro professional.
Like Hulk Hogan. I mean a different kind of a wrestling. Not the
real
Showtime wrestling.
The real thing.
Well, I don't want to offend those wrestlers out there that love that kind of wrestling they put on the show. I mean real wrestling, real like you're seeing tonight, that style of wrestling.
Okay, Myers takes a 4-0 lead into period number 2. Liguori starting from the down position. Myers in control. Liguori looking to get out and does get out.
Bear hug Liguori now.
He gives him the 1 escape.
Liguori still has his hand and he needs to go.
Throw.
I'm watching Jeff Parker. He's got up off his feet again. He's a nervous wreck over there. I think Jeff's more nervous tonight than he was when he was going for 2 state championships.
Remember, Liguori, 29-0.
Both wrestlers talking to each other. Don't know if Liguori can throw Myers.
I think it appears that this might be the first time Liguori's run into someone he just can't throw around the mat.
Exactly.
And now he's going to have to rely a little bit more on some skill. And he goes underneath this trip. Sean, I think, underhooking.
Myers built up that early lead and may think he has enough. One, Sean Myers.
Sean in on the legs. Picks him up.
Right up in the air.
Got to be careful here.
Took him down easy.
Took him down easy, yes.
That's got to be about the 6th time he's done that during the tournament.
Must have learned something from what happened
from Darnell, right.
That's a step over here.
But Liguori trying to reverse. I think he might give him the 1. Referee's talking it over. No, he did not give the 1. So it's still 6-1 Myers.
44 seconds to go.
I am not sure the referees agreed on that one. Now, in the case that they don't agree, the man who's the head referee, his decision is what goes by. There's the escape.
There's the escape.
6-2. Well, we could have an upset here. Myers keep that lead.
Very important here for Liguori to pick up a couple points going into that 3rd period.
Look at that.
wonder when you've dominated like Liguori if that's a shock.
Manalapan coaches are looking for some points there, some penalty points for running off the mat.
I wonder if that's a shock.
Myers in on the leg again.
To find out all of a sudden he runs into somebody that he can't overpower.
As strong or stronger, right.
When you get into a strength match like this one has become, now conditioning is going to take an effect.
Myers, no doubt about it, before the referee even asked, takes neutral position. As soon as they broke that hold, he said, I'll take neutral.
A little surprised. Thought maybe Sean might have stayed on the bottom and tried to come off and get a point.
Sean's got to feel that he is stronger than Liguori right now and can avoid any throws.
That's the Manalapan coaching staff in the far corner.
Of course, if you remember last year, guys, that there's a throw.
Takedown. See the referee counting.
He's going to pick up 3 here at least.
Can't see the match. Myers in trouble trying to fight off his back. Mike Liguori.
Fans are up roaring.
Tony Griffith down looking tight. Myers fighting off his back.
54 seconds left in this.
So there's a long time to go here.
Tony Griffith in on it there. It says no. That left shoulder is still up.
40 seconds to go.
Myers fights off his back, but Liguori picks up 3 to make it 7-6.
He takes the lead, and there you see the time, 25 seconds.
A big move by Liguori.
I think he stunned Sean. Jeff Parker up on the edge of the mat. That happened quickly.
Myers got to escape here, or get the reversal.
Myers up on his
Liguori
feet.
just content with holding on.
Trying to switch out. Liguori counter.
They better have the towel ready for this one. Fans are going wild. Liguori hanging on.
10 seconds. A lot of great matches tonight.
Jeff Parker had a chance to tell him something there. He's urging him to make his move.
10 seconds left.
Got to get out.
Parker's up again. Has to come out to tie.
4 seconds.
There it is.
Liguori's going to do it.
30-0.
Another great come from behind victory.
Sean Myers gave it his all.
Two wrestlers embrace in the middle. Both respect each other. A lot of mutual respect out there. Myers and Liguori put on a great show.
Two great kids wrestling hard. Super match.
Good matchup.
Nice match.
Good matchup. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll be right back.
And Myers.
Sean Myers might not think so now, but that match may even make him be better next week.
At Princeton.
The first time he's had a really great match like that in a long while, and that was just super.
The other half of the L&L boys, Bobby Lynch from Manalapan, also 26-0 versus Dean Albany from the Mustangs of Brick Memorial, 26-3. This has the makings of a good one also, Don.
I think Albany's has wrestled well in this tournament. Lynch is obvious. He's had a pin in a technical fall. Albany has had a pin and 11-0 win. A little bit difference in style here. Albany's the thick, muscular physique, and Lynch is a little bit taller.
These two have met before, and Lynch handled Albany's fairly well earlier in a dual meet.
Take down Lynch.
Good one. Just telling Jimmy Applegate, assistant coach at Central, that was a good match. Myers really had a tough opponent. It was a great match.
Albany's, as we mentioned, has losses to Lynch here, and also the other L partner of Lynch, Liguori. Liguori was up a weight, and he beat Albany 6-4.
All right, this is the 4th undefeated wrestler in the tournament we've seen so far, Rob Lynch of Manalapan.
3rd place in this weight category went to Neptune's Merle Neal, as he pinned Odie Pritzloff from Middletown South in 3 minutes and 12 seconds earlier in the evening.
Rob Lynch trying to tilt Dean.
Crowd just starting to calm down from that Liguori-Myers match.
All right, great flying on.
Albany's
Trying to get his hand behind his head.
Boy, Lynch is tough.
Lynch has him in a grapevine. Guillotine. Now he has a tight half on.
He can pick up 3 back points here. That'll make it 5-0, Lynch.
All right, District 24's had 6 boys on the mat so far. 4 have won. Mathematically, Ken, we ought to have 3 winners here tonight. There's 12 winners and there's 4 districts, so if we have our share, we would have 3. We've already have 4, and we know we're going to get 1 in heavy because they're both District 24. So that gives us 5 for sure.
What happened there, Don? He gave Lynch a point. I think Albany said something to referee Grigoletto, and Lynch was awarded a penalty point there. And it makes it 6-0.
Ready to go.
All right, Dean in top position now. Needs some tilt points.
Ties that leg. Stalemate.
Bob Martin warming up right next to us on the little side mat here, the 170-pounder for Brick Memorial. Martin struggled through those districts, had some tough going there, but he came through in the final.
He's getting it together, Bobby Martin.
Chuck Lanzel also next to us from Tom's River North. He'll be going at 188.
All right, 1:14. Dean Albany needs some score, some points. Having a little trouble trying to tilt Rob Lynch.
We had another interesting part of this tournament, Don, that you were surprised about, the weighing in the night before.
That's correct.
Which is fairly new.
At the end of last night, halfway through the match, from 101 to 135, after the 35-pound bouts are all over, they weigh in for today, which is something new. And then after the heavyweight, the other half of the tournament weighs in for today.
So it probably isn't uncommon for these wrestlers to be up 5 or 10 pounds today.
Depending on the boy and the size, it's correct. They could be up.
We talked to Tony Mangione, and he expected to be in here at about 135, 136 from his normal 129-pound weight class. So it helps. You get a full meal little snack at the end of wrestling last night, and then a good breakfast and lunch today. No excuses, that means.
Now, if they don't make the weight, they only have one shot at it last night. They get on the scale, they either make it or they don't. And if they don't make it, then they have to weigh in again this morning.
Right. And we also can mention that no one missed their weight. Everybody made weight.
At this stage of the game, they're all seasoned.
10 seconds.
Reversal, making the score 8-0. Rob Lynch in the lead.
There's the end of the period.
8-0.
Again, let me remind the viewers what's coming up on Wednesday night, March 12th, 8:30 p.m., the Ocean County CYO Championship game between St. Justin's of Toms River and St. Dominic's of Bricktown. That's the basketball championship. If you're watching this regional tournament on Friday night, you can disregard my announcement. And also coming up, of course, our last of our winter events, the state CYO championship basketball game from Ocean County College. That'll be played tonight as Saturday, March 22nd. And I don't have the playback date for you yet, but should come along Monday or Tuesday, March 24th to 25th, usually at 8:30 p.m. And we'll have the Channel 8 All-Star Basketball Awards same night, same part of the playback. Coach of the Year and Player of the Year for the high school season.
Okay, Lynch in control. Albany's trying to reverse. Trailing 8-0. He needs some points in a hurry. Lynch counters it.
Dean has to think about coming off his back, looking for a 5-point move. Trailing 8-0.
Stalemate.
Ron Grigoletto, you see the official there. Dean trying to switch out, trying to kick his leg free. Rob Lynch trying to tilt here. See Dean trying to stay off his back. Ron Grigoletto is counting. Has gotten to 5, so you can see he has 3. You can't see. He has 3 fingers. One minute remaining here. Stalemate, 3 back points.
3 back points. 11-0. Albany's just frustrated by Lynch.
Lynch is methodical, fundamental.
Methodical and strong.
Yep. Not real flashy, very fundamental. And looking for 2 more on a tilt. Grigoletto shaking head no. Albany's trying to reverse here.
30 seconds.
Dean's looking to try to lift the leg.
Albany's reverses there, picks up 2, lets him go, so it makes it 12-2. Lynch. He's got to try and throw him.
Like 10 seconds to go, Rob Lynch scores a reversal, making it 14-2.
Okay, Bobby Lynch.
14-2 Lynch.
We're going to get Shaw Myers on in a minute. There
He's
it
got to
is.
pick up his runner-up award first, then he'll come over.
The winner at 158, Rob Lynch, Madison, score 14-2.
All right, we'll go to the awards for 148.
148.
The 148 weight class,
Ralph Guadagno from Freehold Township.
Ralph Bodagno, Freehold Township.
I don't know if we mentioned that, but he did beat Kevin Muller
Second place, Sean Myers.
in the consolation. Sean Myers picking up his 2nd place medal.
Region 6 champion, Mike Liguori.
Here's Liguori.
And Liguori, 7-6 winner over Myers.
We either got a lot of Manalapan fans here tonight, or a lot of fans who appreciate that match between him and Myers because they're standing up.
As we mentioned, they just don't get any better than that. No matter who won that one, you had to applaud it.
Yeah, there are just wrestling fans here, you know, not attached to anyone.
Right.
And they had to enjoy that match. All right, here we go. 170 pounds. Robin Martin, senior from Brick Memorial, 26-3. John Gluckkow, 28-1, senior from Neptune, at 170 pounds.
All right, we get Sean in here. And Sean, that was a terrific match. You lost, but heck, I thought you were outstanding tonight. You wrestled an undefeated wrestler, Liguori, and I think he was surprised that he couldn't throw you around on a mat there. What'd you think?
Because I had wrestled him in 8th grade twice.
Did you?
And I beat him in 8th grade. It was 4-3, and then it was 2-4. I beat him both times.
You had beaten this guy.
That's the last time I had wrestled him. And I knew he was under pressure because he knew I was beat him already, so I knew I had in my mind that I knew I could beat him. And we just had one last minute, and he caught me in that throw.
Sean, when
I was dominating the whole match.
You were, yeah.
You dominated. You had an excellent tournament. We mentioned a couple of times, Don Musselman and I, that you just had an extremely physical tournament. You dominated everybody you wrestled, and you did here up until about the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, I know I dominated the districts. I didn't wrestle that well because I had a bad knee. My knee was bad. And then I came to the regions. After my first match, I did good. I think I pinned in the second period.
Don mentioned before that this loss might even help you for next week.
I think it will. Get up for it. I know I won't lose no more. I think I'll meet him again in the States.
Sean, you picked him up and put him down. We were worried there when you were going down, but you put him down gently. I was wondering, I said, you know, Darnell, your brother, was disqualified last year here. He came back and won it all. But did that thought go through your mind when you were putting him down on the mat?
Not at all.
No?
I knew I had to put him down softly, though. Because at the beginning of the season, I had a disqualification from slamming somebody. I know I had to put him down softly this time.
All right, now, you're going to go to Princeton. And what are you going to do to get ready now? You'll have to wrestle Wednesday night.
Pair with my uncle, Jeff Parker, and pair with him.
You're going to pair off with him? You're going to take a day off tomorrow? You're going to work tomorrow?
Yeah. Probably work out tomorrow, go running.
And then really get into it Monday?
Right.
Okay. Sean, I want to congratulate you. You really had a good tournament, and we'll be rooting for you up at Princeton.
Thanks.
Okay. Sean Myers of Central Regional, who really excited the fans here tonight. His match with Liguori, one of the great ones.
One of the best matches we've seen in a long time. All right, we have a second period here, no score. Bob Martin and John Gluckkow.
Hey, John Gluckkow from Neptune, 28-1.
Heard a lot about him.
Right, he's a good one. He's an outstanding student. As we were talking with some of the people from the press, he got a 1460 on his college boards. Don, you can appreciate that.
How bad is it?
And has been accepted to Notre Dame, where his brother attends now.
A lot of people don't realize it, but Notre Dame is ranked one of the top 25 academic schools in the nation. And we think about them in their football and basketball programs, but academically they're in the top 25 also.
Okay, and he's facing Bobby Martin, who of course won at this weight class last year in Region 6, and then went on to finish third in the States.
Jim Dolan Sr. will be glad to hear that, Don.
Yes, it is.
His son, the basketball captain.
They won this afternoon, beat a real big game, right?
They'll be going to the NCAA.
A lot of people are picking them as a dark horse to go all the way this year.
Well, Notre Dame's right in there with the Ivies and the Air Force there, West Point and MIT, and you'll see listed in the manuals Notre Dame.
Duke. One of the top schools in the South.
Yes, they are. Rice Institute, Caltech. All right, Martin, 1 minute.
Jim Rioux loosening up next to us.
He's
He goes
ready.
to heavyweight. They're talking about North Carolina, Duke. Lady came up to me this week and said, I understand North Carolina is your favorite basketball team. And I didn't know whether it was going to be a trick question or she didn't like North Carolina. Her name was Mrs. Mason. Her daughter was a field hockey star. Tom's River North is now at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill. I said North Carolina and Duke are two of my favorites, and they're big rivals, but I like those schools.
North Carolina got beat, didn't they?
Yes, they got beat by Maryland in the
tournament.
That's a tough league.
Yes, it is.
Mrs. Mason's daughter.
In on a double, Gluckow.
You know the lady, Don? You were
Mrs. Mason's daughter's named Chrissy.
Chrissy Mason?
And I wrote a letter of recommendation for her to get to college.
Well, she's doing well, University of North Carolina. We got, of course, the two Congress South baseball players down here. Ziniak and Loria doing well for the baseball team.
Hey, 2 seconds to go. There's the buzzer.
At the end of the period.
Still a 1-0 score.
I tell you, Don, Chapel Hill is a beautiful college town. It reminds me of Princeton. The little main street with all the little stores, and the whole town has the Carolina atmosphere of the university.
All right, period number 3 here.
Hey, Martin's got a 1-0 lead here. Starting from the top position. He's got the cradle on Gluckow. Gluckow fights it off. No, yes, he did get 2 back points. 2 back. Bob Tiedemann in the corner of Neptune does not like that call.
3-0, Martin.
But he's right back.
Has the cradle on again.
Right back with the cradle.
See Tony Griffith counting. Martin looking for the fall. John Gluckow fighting off his back. Minute 20 remaining. Period 3.
Martin 3-0.
Still has the cradle on, I believe.
But he's got 3 coming, but he
still has it on.
He breaks the cradle now. He's got to give him that 3 now. There it is. 6-0, Bobby Martin. No, he didn't give it to him twice. He didn't give it to him twice.
Tony C, he wanted the...
he wanted it twice.
He wanted it the first time and the second time. He's got it on again. He doesn't have the arm hook this time.
40 seconds left, and it's back on. Martin's cradle is back, Don.
25 seconds.
In what many people thought would be a very close match, Bobby Martin is dominating John Gluckow here. 9-0.
15 seconds.
I think if I were Martin, I'd have just stayed
go.
Put. 10 seconds. 9-1.
5 seconds. They stopped it with 4. They shake hands. Martin, he gets the major.
9-1.
I'll tell you, he's coming really on strong.
Yeah, he's coming on strong just in time.
Holidays.
I'd give District 24 their 5th win out of 8 tries.
All right, now we're going to go to the award for 158. Close up of Bobby Martin. So we'll take a timeout and come right back with those awards. All right, you want to run down the awards? We're back for 100.
Right, Albany's picks up his 2nd place medal. Bobby Lynch, his 1st place, and 3rd place went to Merrill Neal from Neptune. There you see the 3 up on the winner's stand.
Ed, you've got a bulletin from Mike Baldi, the Mariner coach, don't you?
Right.
One of the former Mariners.
Also here, he wasn't a state champion, but Jamie Lazaro was in the gym over the tournament. And Mike, in talking to Mike, he mentioned that Jamie, a heavyweight wrestler at Rider College, has qualified to go to the Nationals in Iowa City in the heavyweight class.
That's twice now.
As a wild card.
Okay, here we are with him.
So Jamie Lazaro having a fine year.
188-pound bout, number 1 seed, Dan Transu of Point Barrow in the darker of the 2 uniforms of 20-0. He is our 5th undefeated wrestler. He's a junior. And against Chuck Lanzel, Toms River North Mariners, a 23-3 senior.
That's got to be a big thrill to get out to, not only to the Nationals, but to get to Iowa City.
Iowa City, that's big time Iowa.
I mean, you don't get any better than that.
Nope. University of Iowa and Iowa State, two of the major powers in college wrestling out in that area.
Right, so congratulations to Jamie Lazarou.
Lanzel here is one without the knee guards and has the white ear set on.
When I started out
Headgear.
years ago at Channel 8, Celeste Lazarou was one of our directors on Channel 8, worked at Channel 8. I got to know the Lazarou family.
Transu comes in 20-0 into these finals, and to be honest, a lot of people really didn't believe in him, but he's made believers out of us in watching him this week.
He's wrestled extraordinarily well.
He's had 2 excellent matches.
He had 11-0 victory over Pesco Pinlands and had a 3-14 pin over Vega, Freehold Township.
That Scott Vega is an interesting story, Don. Just started wrestling about halfway through the year and ends up finishing 3rd in the regions after having won his district. He beat Sean Jackson from Middletown North in a consolation 10-8. So he'll be gone to Princeton, and he's only been wrestling about a month.
Very strong and quick.
Right, super running back on the football field also.
Athletic skill was evident out in one glance.
Chuck Lanzel, Toms River North's lone hope here for a Region 6 champion.
56 seconds here in period 1.
North had a few nice wins earlier in the tournament, Don. None of them made it into the semis, but Ron Soley and Kevin Riley.
Yeah, Soley had a 10-0 victory.
The uniforms of these two wrestlers just about identical. Actually, Point Borough's colors are black and gold. Toms River North navy blue and gold, but I don't think you can distinguish between the two. They're so close.
Lanzel trying to go behind.
Right.
Even the design is exactly the same, the color trim.
I mentioned that neither of them made into the semis, but Ron Soley did make it into the semis at 122 pounds, but lost out to Fagan and then got beat in the consolation by Mike Hoffmaster.
He beat his district champion. Mike Tucker was the district champion, which Soley beat in the quarterfinals.
I would say, is Ed Gilmore our Dean of Ocean County coaches?
Yeah, there he is.
The yellow sweater there in the corner.
We were talking to him earlier and kidding him about that.
2-1 in ice hockey for the state championship.
Ed, of course, for many years was on Al Saner's football staff. I got to work very closely with Ed.
Al Saner's here tonight.
At one time doing Point Borough football years ago. There's Jeff Parker talking to Bobby Martin.
One nice thing about these types of tournaments, when all the schools come together, is that the interchange between them is incredible. Some suggest we ought to have this at the beginning of the year because it just brings together such warm feelings.
I don't know if the people overheard the announcement there, Ken, but Brick hockey team won the state championship today.
That's
Del
nothing
Barton,
new over the
2-1.
They've kind of had an outstanding program in hockey.
Raiders from Toms River East had a great hockey year this year. They've really come on and have maybe just now joined the elite of the hockey in the shore. Transu turns Lanzel, gets the two reversal, makes it 3-0. And picking up some back points here.
Long time to go. We're halfway through the match. Lanzel comes out on a reversal. Now the score, not sure they have it up there yet.
I think they're going to have to straighten up the scoreboard there a little bit.
1 minute.
5-2. we were shielded by most of that action there.
Timmy Rioux.
I don't know if the scoreboard is right here. I know the Borough coaches are not pleased.
In the corner, please. Only 2 coaches in order.
Ed Gilmore arguing his point with Tony Griffa.
Gilmore in the yellow sweater on the right.
But the score remains 5-2.
Chucky Lanzel needs a few more tilt points here. Danny Transu try to come up out of there. He's up and out.
Out of bounds.
Chucky Lanzel hangs on. Maintains control.
There's Gilmore yelling, keep moving.
Teddy with the towel there, and Hoffmaster is his assistant.
Mike Baldi and John Verderosa in the corner for the Mariners for this match. Lanzel's got to put him on his back here. We're in the second period. Trails 5-2.
Transu trying to switch out. Chucky Lanzel trying to step over.
Good action there, but still Lanzel in control. I think the arm potentially dangerous.
His arm was caught up in there.
Transu's arm was... Whew.
Yeah, he's hurting a little bit right now.
It was pulled back at a bad angle there.
We're gonna have a little bit of a timeout here while they check his arm out.
Dave Schultz, trainer for the tournament. Toms River East, once again, out. He's been quite active.
Serving the Toms River area is taping tonight's finals. The replay can be seen.
You can imagine the amount of matches that we've had in the 3 nights.
And again,
Dave does an outstanding job of keeping these kids going.
Oh, I wanted to mention, I didn't get a chance at the CYO game. Unusual basketball game, we didn't have a timeout until the second half, late in the second half. Neither team called a timeout. I wanted to mention Art Chris, our basketball card commentator, is a grandfather.
Yes,
Congratulations, Art Chris.
Perfect Art, we call him.
Who, you know which son?
It's his daughter.
His daughter.
Oldest
Okay,
daughter. He has his daughter at Toms River North right now.
Right.
And was a cheerleader, but it's
Didn't
the
know
older
if it was
girl.
Jimmy or
No,
Jimmy or
right
Art.
away. I thought about Art Jr.,
Right.
the oldest son. So congratulations, Art Chris, and
Yes, congratulations.
his wife, becoming grandparents. I kept wanting to mention it last night.
That must mean
we never had
Art's
a time during a game where I had a chance to get it in.
That must mean he's getting old when you become a grandfather.
I told him I don't like to work with grandfathers. I don't want to work with old people.
He told me he's not getting old, he's just getting older. All right, 11 seconds here in the second. Chucky Lanzel looking for some points.
Chuck's got to pick up some points here. They're out of bounds. 2 seconds left, period number 2.
You better hope Jeff doesn't get married too soon, Don, or you become a grandfather, we'll farm you out.
Could be.
There's the end of the period.
Going into period number 3, 5-2 lead for Danny Transu from Borough.
I have to take a second to wish my second son, Greg, his 21st birthday. Happy birthday.
All right.
Also was wrestling in intramurals in college.
At Harvard?
Can beat that, right?
Nope.
Called down and asked me to send up his old wrestling shoes.
He wrestled for Lacey High School.
Fast as pen, Ken. 13 seconds.
Transu in control from the top. Lanzel stands, and they're off the mat.
So it's 1:42 left, and it's 5-2. They get the scoreboard straightened out.
Yeah, I guess after all the argument, it remained the same.
5-2.
It's been typical kind of a Chuck Lanzel match, and suddenly he'll score some points if you're not careful. Kind of sometimes not much happens. All of a sudden, bingo. They'll come up with some points.
Lanzel's got that leg, trying to pull that leg in. And if he gets his head out,
gets his head out, will bring him within 1 point.
it's like stalemate position.
Seconds.
This is
he let him go for a while.
This is the 90th match that District 24 is wrestling. 90th bout.
From our district alone.
Right. So far, we've won 59. Lanzel can pull this off here. Would be 60 wins and 30 losses.
There you see a good shot of Lanzel.
2/3 wins.
He's got 35 seconds to come from behind here. Transu trying to remain unbeaten.
20-0. Dan Transu has 15 seconds to hang on.
Looks like he's going to do it.
There it is.
Tied up Lanzel.
That's it. Transu.
Chuck just couldn't come up off the bottom.
Point Pleasant Borough. 1 second to go. They're going to have to finish off the clock here.
He'll let him go here.
Transu's
He'll let him go,
win.
make it 5-3.
So Ed Gilmore is going to have a region champion for Point Pleasant Borough's Panthers. There it is.
5-3. Dan Transu remains undefeated. All our undefeated wrestlers have remained that way, Don.
21-0.
Timmy Rioux, the last one.
Lanzel's not happy at all. Now we go to the awards
Winner at 188
for 170.
Point Pleasant Borough, score 5-3.
Bobby Martin, of course, the champion from Brick Memorial.
Coach Irving will present the award.
There you see Transu being congratulated by the Borough fans.
Third place, Randy Wirtz, Cedar Ridge.
Okay, 170-pound Randy Wirtz from Cedar Ridge.
Second place,
He'll beat Darren Farrell from Madison Central for third. Luckow receives his second.
Lazarou here. Want to get him over here? Yeah.
Hi, Jamie. We just mentioned that you're going to Iowa City, huh?
Yeah, I qualified. I got a wild card.
As a wild card, right? And what happens out there now?
Travel out there Monday, and Thursday, Wednesday they'll have the seating meeting, and find out then.
and now wrestling.
We're, I don't know if we really let in there. This is Jamie Lazarou. We were just talking about him. The announcement he's going to go to the Nationals. And Jamie, what's been going on? What are you studying in school? And tell the fans what you've been doing the last few years.
Well, I'm majoring in marketing education, and might become a teacher in 2 years. See what happens.
Would you prefer to come back to this area, or doesn't it matter?
I'd like coaching this area. I might work with my dad in his business. He's got a painting business. So we'll see what happens. It's really up in the air right now.
Now, when are you going to leave for Iowa City?
Monday night I leave.
Now, let's watch what's going on here with Rioux, Don.
Hey, Timmy Rioux, 18-0-2. Tom's River East. Guys that just gotten the takedown against Matt Parks, who's a 22-2. Parks sophomore, Timmy Rioux a senior.
Yeah, I'm glad you said sophomore. I said junior last week on Matt Parks, and I was wrong, and I was corrected. I apologize.
Jamie, you wrestle heavy? Or?
Yeah, I'm wrestling heavyweight.
What do you weigh, Jamie?
215.
That's small, heavy. What's the biggest guy you've run into?
About 330.
330?
Yeah.
How'd you do?
I technical fall in the first time and pinned in the second.
Wow. Wow. Where was he from?
Bucknell.
Now, what kind of team did you have at Ryder?
We're Division I, and so last time I saw the rankings, we were ranked 20th. We're ECC champions, and we have a good team so far. We sent 4 guys to the Nationals, so we had a good future at Ryder College.
Yeah, looking good. Well, wish you good luck out at Iowa City.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Good luck, Jamie.
One of the former Mariners, Tom's Over North.
40 coming down on the 40 seconds.
Wasn't he and Darnell had a great matchup when he was a senior?
Yes, they've had a couple. They had a couple of them.
Rioux.
Timmy putting Parks on his back here. It's a little high. He's a little high. Little high, Don, and Parks is going to slide out of that, but he's going to pick up 3 back. Makes it 5-0 Timmy Rioux.
Last week, Rioux won a technical fall in the championship.
Right, 15-0 over Parks early in the second period.
Which surprises because Parks looked really great. I guess he just expended himself in the semifinal when he almost had a pin.
Right, Timmy had a tough bout in the semis. 5-2 victory over Rob Witherspool from Middletown South.
Almost just the opposite from the districts. Tim had a pretty tough semifinal match.
Right.
Here tonight.
Parks breezed through.
Parks had an easy match.
Last week it was Parks that had the tough one in the
It's the opposite. I might add that District 24 will have 6
No, it might
champions.
be a case here of the senior dominating the sophomore, you know?
Yep. 6 champions, Ken.
We've done well. We've done real well.
6 out of 12.
And we're going to win this one.
Well, he's already counted that one.
I've already counted it in. Can't lose here.
Timmy's got to be careful of slamming here. He doesn't want to get in any trouble that way. So he goes for the trip and stays. Timmy just too strong for Matt.
Whoever wins here will have them on for you. As soon as this match is over, as soon as the awards are done. On our post-match show.
Timmy weighing in now at about 255, 256. Just looks great.
I'm going to ask Don when we get towards the end of this match to recap our winners. Or if you can, you can run them down real fast the whole way in the 12 events.
Timmy looking for some tilt points. Timmy Rioux in control of Matt Parks in our last bout.
Looking ahead 2 years, Parks could be quite a dominant heavyweight.
Well, I think he's going to be a right. He's going to dominate next year. He's already. I mean, 22-2 is nothing to cry over, especially when your only losses are to Tim Rioux and Robbie Connors. Timmy gets him over. This could do it.
41 seconds.
This could do it. Got to squeeze him, Tim.
30 seconds.
Rioux trying to fight it. Warren Reid all the way over. There you see a good shot of Warren. There it is! Timmy Rioux.
There you see Warren
3 minutes and 39 seconds.
Schofield 10-0 over Trevor Reid. Great match. Block from Rick Memorial over Cole 7-5. Mangione in a barn burner 9-8 over Jim McCauly of Madison Central. Mangione from Tom's Over East. Pete Benicia from Brick Memorial 5-3 over Bernard Rawls. Let's see. Bob Martin, Brick Memorial 9-1 over John Gluckow, Neptune. And Timmy Rioux with a pin 339 over Matt Parks. So there's our 6 winners from District 24. Great. Somewhere in here, Ed, we got to say, are there any state champions?
Well, you know, that's hard to predict, but I'll tell you, we're gonna send 16 guys there, and I look forward to having maybe 2 or 3.
Well, we hope we can get at least 2.
You know, I like to, let's put it this way. Let's get 3 or 4 into the semis, okay?
Okay.
And then we'll go from there. Here's Timmy Rioux.
Right now, we won't wait. Let him sit down here. Congratulations,
Congratulations,
Tim.
Congratulations, Tim.
Great job, okay? A slow start this year with the knee injury, but you've come on great. You lost a lot of weight, and you've done a super job the last half of the year.
Thanks a lot. You know, training real hard. People have been behind me. I felt real good this year. And hopefully I'll have a little bit longer to go.
Okay, you got what? How many more? 4 more up there? 5 more up there?
Well,
you got a night off on Wednesday, so that'll help a little bit.
Well, this week night off, we'll probably go up and watch the matches, but gonna keep training hard and go for it all.
Okay, Tim, you got to go up and get your award now, and maybe you could come back after your award, okay? Congratulations.
Now, the awards are going on right now for the heavyweight. You want to recap those three quickly?
Right.
Here you see Matt Parks.
Jim Wicklund from St. John Vianney, who had an outstanding tournament, finished third. Matt Parks, the runner-up, and Timmy Rioux coming up there now, getting his medal from the Manalapan coach and stepping up on the platform.
All right, so...
Well, Ken, I'll just say that the 6 undefeated wrestlers are still undefeated, and 6 going to the 6 district champions from our District 24.
We hope you fans will get out and get up to Princeton's Javelin Gym and get behind our local wrestlers as they go for the whole ball wax starting Wednesday night, and of course continuing over the weekend, Friday night. They wrap it up on Saturday afternoon with the finals. They'll go in the morning at 10 o'clock on Saturday, and then they'll have the finals at, I believe it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Ed?
Yes, right.
And if you've never been up there to Jadwin, it's certainly a beautiful facility. You might just enjoy going up there to see what Princeton University is all about. It's really spectacular. Don and I were up there last year, and it's always a pleasure to go there, Don.
Anyway, in fact, go early, just take a walk around. It's really a beautiful place to be.
I think wrestling this year has been interesting. Even though Brick Memorial kind of dominated the team standings this year, a lot of people said, well, there wasn't any competition, but we certainly saw some great matches, not only here, but in the districts.
Right. By the way, Ken, Tony Caravella just picked up the Region 6 Coach of the Year honors.
Good.
Just announced.
Swept it again.
Swept it again.
Plus one of Chris won the 50-50 last week in times every reason. They have really done it all at Brick Memorial, and you really got to hand it to them.
Yeah, we're going to get Tim Rioux back over here. And
yeah, we'll just sign off. We're going to sign off. Timmy, see if we can get him over here. I wanted to get his comment. Here he's got his... Let's show the fans what this looks like. We don't get a...
Turn it around so they get it on.
Timmy, turn that around, Tim.
Hold
it up to the camera, Tim, so they can...
This is what the wrestlers receive. It's a call sheet of the whole tournament. It's a pretty nice thing to be able to keep as a memento of what you've done here. And that's what it looks like up close. There's a shot of all the names on there. And you get down to the end there, Rioux. There you see Rioux. And champion Rioux. That's very nice. I just want to get your comments on Parks because you guys have really gotten to know each other here the last couple of weeks, and he's only a sophomore. You see him as a dominant heavyweight?
Well, me and Matty have been going at it for a few years now, and this year, the better heavyweights, most of them are seniors, the ones that you see in the paper the most, and they're undefeated this year, so they're graduating. And as a sophomore, being able to place in the regions, especially being able to take second place, get all the way to the finals, and to just have experience of going to the States is going to be a big help. He's a strong wrestler, and he should, in the next 2 years, he should do very well.
Let me ask, we were talking about last week after the districts, has Warren clued you in as to who's going to be really tough in the heavyweight division, Princeton?
Well, we've talked about it a little. In the springs and in the summers, I wrestle freestyle a lot. So most of the heavyweights that are going to be real tough, I've wrestled either in freestyle or seen at other tournaments. So.
Have you seen Zott from Clifton?
I wrestled Dave Zott last year and in a freestyle match, and I beat him 3-1. And then later on in the finals of that match, I lost to Todd Goodwin 6-4. So the state should be interesting.
And what about Robbie Connors from Jackson? Have you ever faced him?
I've never wrestled Rob. I've never seen him wrestle, really, so I don't know what he's like. I saw him wrestle once, but it's tough.
All right, Tim, we're going to let you get out of here and get a shower.
Thank you.
We're rooting for you up at Princeton. Good luck. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Good luck, Timmy.
Tim Rioux, Tom's Reese. Gentlemen, enjoyed working with you. Had you to super top. You and Don with all the information you brought in tonight. And it's really been a pleasure this year.
Thank you very much.
It's been fun, Ken.
And let me mention our great crew. Mary Beth Duffy, our fine director, out in that cold truck. And I think Mary Beth, I hope she was a little warmer tonight than she was last night over at Ocean County College. Our chief engineer, Joe Adalia. Our cameraman tonight, Cliff Adams, down the floor level. We had John Cappuccino way up top. And in between, up in the stands, working with the fans there, was Steve Parsi. Guys, thanks a lot. Everybody did a good job. And remind you, the CYO game on Wednesday night at 8:30 on